Hi everyone, how are you all? I hope you're very well. So, this card that you can see in front of you is called the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords, as you can see in the photo, is a card where the person is, well, they've got a blindfold on. Now, with the Two of Swords, that card always reminds me of someone who needs to take the blindfold off, someone who needs to reassess situations. It really is, it's saying, you know what, you are a little bit blinded by certain people's actions. But one thing I quite like with this card is this is the peace and harmony card as well. So I do feel like it's something quite important to remember. So this is my card of the day. Peace and harmony to you all. And like I say, if you are reassessing situations, then make sure you take the blindfold off and don't just believe everyone who tells you things. Hi Redneck Beauty. Hi Helen. How are you? Hello Vicky. How are you? Vicky, how are you? Hi Gordon. Fit like okay. So how is everyone doing? I want to do some readings for you guys who has never had one before, and would you like me to choose a card for you? Yes, so true, Redneck Beauty. How are you? I know obviously I was speaking to you earlier and you're all right, so that's good. I don't know what I just dropped just then. I feel like I dropped something. I know I feel like lately I've been wanting some spiritual advice, but I feel like I never get any for myself. So I wish there was someone else on here doing readings so that I could get one. But hey Trisha, how are you, my lovely? Yeah, this card is all about taking off, like I say, taking the blindfold off, reassessing the situation. So it's saying, you know what, sometimes if there's a situation around you where um you feel like you've made your mind up 100%, it's saying, see, at the end of the day, you know, you might have made your mind up, but next week you could totally, you know, it could be, you could totally change your mind, and the week after it could be a total change your mind again. So it's one of those ones where it's saying keep reassessing the situation as it goes along and see how it goes. Trisha, yes, you can have a card for definite. Let me just give them a mix. Sorry for the black screen, lovelies. And now it is Helen. So Trisha, if you won't mind saying yes, no, maybe so, and keep it going in the chat, I would really appreciate it, because it's nice to hear. Is it not focusing? It's nice to hear from you guys. Oh, hold on, let me see if it will focus for me. Come on, focus, 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 focus. Yeah, Vicky, of course. I don't know if this is going to focus actually. Ah, there we go. It's a bit better. Okay, Vicky, this card. Sorry, not Vicky. This is Trisha's card. Trisha, thank you, Redneck. Trisha, this card is called the Four of Cups. So, with the Four of Cups, this is saying there's a couple different meanings, and one of the first meanings is that there's going to be some money influctuation. Is that the right word? Influction. Anyway, there's going to be more money coming into you, so that's obviously good to hear. But with this card, what it talks about is it talks about being offered something that you may not want, Trisha. So it's saying that there's going to be an offer coming in. I do feel as if it's maybe connected to your personal life, and it's where someone's going to offer you something, and I feel that it's going to be something that you don't want. And what is telling me is that you need to negotiate with this person, and you need to come to a middle ground with this person. So don't I feel like it's saying don't be stubborn, okay, with this person, because this other person can be stubborn, you can be stubborn, you bash heads, and then it ends up you don't get anywhere. Maybe try to compromise with this person, okay? Maybe that's what it's telling you. I hope you can understand that, Trisha. Next up, it was Helen who wants a card. So Helen, and after that it'll be Vicky. So Helen, you are next for a card. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, that was weird. So you know sometimes spirits come in, okay? When I'm doing readings, I just got this spirit that came in, and literally they've made my right. Yep. Right. They made, oh my god, what is going on here? Right. So first of all, they made me feel like I was going to faint, right? And as if something happened to my ears, as if there's something wrong with their ears and they couldn't hear properly. And then I felt like I was going to faint, and they've made, this is so random, but they've made my foot really, really itchy. The bottom of my feet is so itchy. Can anyone take that? Where, you know, either when spirit comes in, they give me things that either happened to them before they passed or things that's happening around you so that you know it's proof. But they literally have told, it made me feel like I was going to faint. I feel like as if maybe the person's got like higher low blood blood pressure or something. My foot is really itchy and the hearing things if someone was going deaf or something. It's really weird. Helen, you were next to get a card. So Helen, first of all, if you've got a son, I want to say that your son, if it's you that's got a son, Helen, you can let me know. Hey, Maggie. Yeah, definitely. You can let me know if you've got a son or not. But if you do, it's telling me here that there's going to be some news coming in around him. So if you can take that, that's great. I've got the card for you here. This is the Judgment card. So as you can see, judgments. Thank you, Redneck. So the Judgment card, this is all about someone who feels like they're getting judged too harshly, and it's saying, do you know what, you are right, there is someone that's judging you. The person that you think, a female who is really harsh, she is judging you, and it's saying to just rise above it. Also, it says that there is going to be a decision made very soon, and it's just to say to you, it might not be the decision that other people want to hear, but at the end of the day, it's the only decision that can be made. It's the only good decision that can be made. So not everyone's going to be happy, but that's just tough luck, really. So I hope you can take that, Helen. I'm sure, hopefully you can take what I've said. The next person, that's good, Trisha. I'm glad you could take that. The next person, I believe, was Vicky. So Vicky, I shall choose a card for you. Helen said, yup, I fainted and went over on my foot. That's weird. Oh, thank you, Redneck. Redneck Beauty is keeping, I was going to say keeping score, but it's not really, is it? It's keeping the... Okay, Vicky. Hey, Kiki. Yes, sure, I'll add you to list. Right, so Vicky, the Tower. We have got the Tower card for you. Sorry, it's quite dark, the Tower card, but the Tower card is catastrophe. Things happening at lightning pace. So for me, what I'll tell you is that the Tower card for me represents, well, I mean, look at it. It's not a very good card, is it, Vicky, really? But it represents to me a lot of emotional turmoil. Someone who has had something go wrong in a big way, and it's something that it feels as if it's something more on a personal level rather than your working life. But it feels to me as if there's something that happened in your personal life, and it's started, it kind of started off something small, but then it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's really been quite upsetting for you. And I feel it's something that's been hard to get over, and sometimes it feels like you can't take a step forward because you've just got so much, it feels like there's a lot of negative energy around you. But yeah, I mean, with this, I do feel like things are going to happen quite quickly for you. So it feels maybe as if you're standing still with a situation in your personal life, and then all of a sudden, as we move into the kind of summer months, June, July, I feel things are going to start picking up for you, and you're going to be in a much happier place. So I hope that you can take that with love, Vicky. Who is after Vicky, please, Redneck? Oh, Helen says yes, thank you. No problem, Helen. Thanks for letting me give you a wee reading. John. Oh yeah, Jonathan. Jonathan, how are you? Let's see what's going on for you, love. Oh, I picked up 2 cards for you by accident. Right, Jonathan. The first card is the 9 of Swords, and the second card is the Star of Hope. So, Jonathan, the 9 of Swords, no problem, Vicky, says tears and frustrations, letting go of emotions and things like that. So, with the 9 of Swords, I do feel like there's been a lot of tears and emotions around you recently. I feel like you have been quite upset, and I feel that things haven't been going your way, and I see you almost like building up all of this emotion, bottling it up, and then it ends up just coming out and exploding because just in general, just that feeling of upset. And I feel like sometimes it's really hard to let go of the emotions, but you know what, don't be afraid to let go. Don't be afraid to let it all out. Don't bottle it all up, okay? The Star of Hope, love this card, brightness, hope for the future. And it says, you know what, see in the next few months, particularly as we get to July time, I feel there's going to be a lot of good things going on in your life. There's hope there for a lost relationship, someone that is someone, thank you Nick, someone who if there's been a lost relationship or a relationship that's on a break right now, is saying that there is hope there. So Jonathan, just remember that, because it is a nice card to get. Okay, who is next? Who is next on the list? Thank you, Redneck, for keeping my list going. I really appreciate it. Maggie, my love, how are you? Okay, so Maggie, your card is called the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands card, I feel sometimes is connected to work, but it can just be in your general life as well. The Ten of Wands card is where someone's feeling really weighed down with problems, and it feels like it's one thing after another, right? So it feels as if, and I mean, even recently, but if you can't take this for just now, don't worry, because it will just be the next couple months. But it just feels like there's one thing after another, and it feels like, you know, when people say bad things come in threes, I feel like for you, bad things come in tens. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's just one thing after another, and it ends up that about 10 different things go wrong, and you just, it just really starts to get on top of you. And with this card, what I feel is that it does ease off, which is good, and I do feel like a weight is lifted off your shoulder, because I do feel like you it's almost like all these things happen and you can't challenge them all at the one time. So what I want to say to you is take things one at a time. Don't try and solve every single problem at the same time, because you just feel weighed down, and it just gets you more stressed out. So just take everything one at a time, Maggie, and you'll get there. You will get there. Okay, who's next? Who is next on the list? Redneck, my love. Kiki. Hi, Kiki. How are you? Are you from America? I feel like you might be from America, Kiki. I could be wrong, but I think you're. Okay, I've got two cards because I pulled two on accident. Maggie says, so scarily accurate as always. I do need to take things one at a time. So true, Maggie. And you know what? If you ever fancy a full tarot reading, just email me. The link's in the description below. I thought you might have been from USA. How weird. And yeah, hit the like button. Thank you so much. Okay, I've got two right, I've got two cards for you. Okay, so Kiki, the first card here is the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups talks about going through a little period right, where do I start? The Five of Cups, right, it's quite a long card. Oh, it's not, hold on. Come on. Focus. The Five of Cups is there's a lot going on with the Five of Cups. So, firstly, this is quite a sad card. With me, I feel the Five of Cups is someone who's going through something emotionally that's been quite upsetting. If not now, then it's coming up in the future. But I feel like that it's where someone maybe has had a break in their relationship, or maybe things just haven't been going so well at home. But what I also feel with the Five of Cups is that it sometimes can even be to do with money, where sometimes someone has not been doing very well with money. Maybe they've, you know, that there's going to be a break coming up with their work. But what I get from this is, like I say, I get a lot of sadness with it. But the best thing about this card is it does say all is not lost. So it does say there is something to salvage. So if this is talking about a break in a relationship, it says all is not lost. There is something to salvage. So although you may feel down about it at the very beginning, try not to worry, because things will get back on track. Then we've got the Three of Pentacles, which is delays necessary. It says there's going to be delays because there needs to be improvements underway. This is the Three of Pentacles, and those delays are necessary. So just know that those delays are necessary. And what I will say to you, Kiki, I know I don't know you, Kiki, but what I want to say to you, and you can tell me if you can just write yes or no in the comments to tell me if I'm right or not. I feel like there's been a break with a guy or a relationship for you, and if you say no, that's fine, because it could be what's coming up, but just tell me if I'm right. Where basically I just feel like there's been upset for you, and or maybe you don't know where you stand, kind of thing, with the Five of Cups and then the Three of Pentacles, and it's saying that improvements need to happen. So I feel like there's going to be some improvements with this person, and the delays prove necessary. And even though you don't want there to be a delay, it's saying, you know what, you don't want there to be a delay. However, there needs to be a delay because this person needs to get themselves back on track. So yes, with my guy friend, LOL, being patient. Well, that's what you've got to be. You've got to be patient. But you know what? Just know that all is not lost and things are going to get better. So how weird. But I was just feeling those two cards were connecting there. Thank you so much for letting me do that, Kiki. Who is next on the list? Redneck. I can do another couple. We'll see what happens. Gordon from Scotland. Hey Gordon, you are definitely not a believer in all this, I don't think. I'm not saying that you're a total disbeliever, but you don't really believe 100% in all this kind of stuff. This is your card, which is the Strength card. Jonathan says, thanks for the card, Queen. Me and my partner are still together, but I'm hoping to find a lost friend, so I don't know if it could be the lost relationship, Jonathan, maybe. Kiki, you was on point. Thanks a lot. I like and subscribe. Oh, thank you, Kiki. Come back anytime. Okay, so Gordon, the Strength card. Now, there's a few reasons why the Strength card might come out. So the Strength card is all about having inner strength, being a strong, independent person. Sometimes the Strength card can come out to say that there's confrontation with yourself or other people. And what I can tell you, a couple of different reasons. So either the Strength card is coming out today because you need to hear that you have got the strength to keep on going, or you've got the strength to do something that you might be questioning yourself or doubting yourself. Another reason the Strength card might come out is just to say, you're stronger than you even know. It can also come out because if you've been through a bit of a bad patch, if you're going through a bit of a tough time, and it's saying, hey, we know you're going through a tough time, but look how strong you actually are. For me, I feel like in this instance, again, actually, another reason could be, with the Lion there and confrontation. It could be saying that there's a lot of confrontation around you at the minute, but you're strong enough to deal with it. Or confrontation coming up, but you're strong enough to deal with. But yeah, in my personal opinion, I'm feeling like this card has come out for you today because I feel like it's so hard to say, because I feel like you're quite a strong person, right? You're a strong character. I feel that you're not, I don't see you as being a really overly emotional kind of guy, but I feel like the card's just coming out to say that you have got the inner strength, so believe in yourself a bit more, I guess, is what I would say for that, Gordon. I hope you enjoyed that. Who is next on the list? And of course, Redneck Beauty, if you want a card, definitely I will pull a card for you, lovely. Sorry about the black screen. I really should put something up there. I'm not very good about all the tech stuff or anything, so yeah. Should put something on the screen though. Well, that card totally just jumped out. What are the cards? So I've got 3 cards that just jumped out. That was last. Okay, yeah, I'll do one for you. What happens? Hold on, I want to click on something and see what happens. Oh, bubbles and dance party, and that's quite cool to just put up whilst I pick a card, right? Oh dear. Do you know what? I just picked 3 cards again, and I feel like I'm going to definitely do the 3 cards for you because for some reason these 3 cards wanted to come out. Okay, the first card is the Wheel of Fortune, Red. So the Wheel of Fortune card, this talks about more money coming in. So for me, that would say that either money you're waiting on coming in is going to be coming in, or if you're, say for example, your husband's looking for a new job, that would be quite positive to say, oh, more money's going to be coming in. That's good. Overseas trip possibility some point this year. This is all the Wheel of Fortune card is basically the card where it says all the wheels are starting to turn in your favor. So it's not just about money, but it's also about luck, love, work, everything just starting to turn in your favor for a change. Loads of luck coming in. Redneck says my hubby is going to be getting his production bonus back. Woohoo! There you go. That'll probably be that money. Put it towards the holiday, because apparently there's a holiday coming up this year. You guys need a little breakaway, so put it towards that. Anyways, next up, okay, the next up is the Ace of Swords, and I know exactly what this card is referring to, because the Ace of Swords is a frustration card. It's frustrating. I mean, it literally says that on it, frustrations. It's a double-edged sword, hollow victory. So for me, do you know what this is saying? This is all about the YouTube situation that happened with you, because it's saying that there's a double-edged sword. Is saying to me that obviously double-edged sword to me would say that you do something, it hurts that person, but it also hurts you. So obviously with you doing a video, it hurts that person, which I'm not saying that is right or wrong or anything like that, but it hurt you because then you ended up getting banned from going live. So I feel that's the double-edged sword. And what it says is it's a hollow victory. So it's just saying you did come out on top, but at the same time, because you did get banned from the YouTube thing, it probably, in a sense, yeah, you did come out on top, but at the same time, there was something underlying that ended up shitty for you. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to kind of say what I mean. But yeah, it's a frustrating card, and that's probably your frustrations of not getting online. However, then we bring in the Nine of Cups card, which is feeling proud or smug or pleased, improvements underway. So improvements underway, I feel like, is just in general with your life. I feel like you're feeling really happy with yourself, so that would show me that there's positive things happening for the rest of the year. The number 9, I'm really drawn in the number 9 on this, and I feel like that's the 9th month, September. I feel like there's going to be some good news coming in, or something really good's going to happen in September for you, I'm feeling. Let's see what's going on. Okay, Gordon says, okay, cheers, my dad passed in February, so he's telling me to get on with it. Yeah, he will be telling you to go on with it. Like I say, I feel that you are the sort of person that wouldn't believe in this stuff normally, but I feel that you would want to believe in it, maybe because your dad has passed over. But you know what, maybe that was spirit trying to tell me to choose that card for you, to tell you, yeah, you've got the strength to get on with it. And can I just say, Gordon, quickly, although I know I'm doing Redneck Beauties, if you're still here, are you able to take the weirdest things that happened? Was I felt as if there was a spirit coming in to speak to me, and I did feel like it was a male, and they were giving me an itchy foot, right? So basically that could be saying that someone's going on about having itchy feet around you, or it was something he went on about before he passed. It made me feel like I was going to faint, as if I had really high or really low blood pressure or something like that, as if there was something wrong with my blood pressure, I was going to topple over. And it made me feel like something was wrong with my ears, as if maybe he went deaf before he died or something like that. I don't know, I just thought I'd ask you. Redneck says it hurt, but I had been able to see people's true colours. Yeah. Oh, Jojo, you can get one. Yeah, I exactly. I know what you mean. 100%. I agree with you. It is good to see people's true colours, but it's just interesting the way that that's come out, saying about a double-edged sword, because although like the other people hurt, so did you in a way, because you didn't, you can't go live on YouTube. But it was just so interesting that card came out, and I knew what it was talking about straight away. But victory is yours. You definitely were victorious in the case, and like you say, even victorious to find out people's true colours, etc. But yeah, improvements underway in September. I think something's going to happen in September for you, something really good. And like I say, this feeling pleased with yourself, I think that when you get back onto your lives, you are going to be in such a good place. I see like you almost like bursting into the live streams, like, hey everyone, I'm back, and so happy and positive, and lots of like, I just see you being really happy as well towards the rest of the year, and particularly in September. And like I say, the Wheel of Fortune, the first card, is a great card anyway. Wheels moving in your direction, moving forward, and as I say, money coming in. It probably is what you're speaking about, because I felt as if it was connected to your husband, and that's why I'd said, oh, maybe, you know, something about his job. So I think it probably is that bonus that you're talking about. So, so Gordon says, yeah, his blood count was down, got blood every day for the last 2 months of his life. Do you know where, did he lose his hearing before he passed on, or was someone around you speaking about hearing loss? Because the way spirit works is, so I'll get words or feelings or sometimes voices even, and basically spirits will tell me stuff, either things before they passed, or they'll tell me things about people around you. So they, or things that's, maybe say for example, the itchy foot is the weirdest thing that's ever happened. It's pure itchy. And so maybe you had an itchy foot the other day and it's trying to say, hey, I'm around you, and this is the obscure way of me telling you, basically. So Jojo, do you want a card? I'll pull you one next. Jonathan says, it's really weird because the Nine of Swords came out in my personal reading as well, and you're spot on with everything so far, Jillian, because it's all happening. Yes, it's all happening. That's good to know. Okay, Jojo, I've picked 2 cards for you. This is interesting. Also, who is still in here? Let me know. Let me know who's still in here, because if I only chose one card for you, I'll pull another one if you're still here. Oh gosh, my foot is so itchy, it just won't go away. Yes, it is awesome how that all is happening. No, it's very strange. Someone said to me today, they said, I was at an acting class that I go to on a Wednesday, and they said, I heard you're psychic, and I was like, what? How did you know that? But someone had told this girl, and she was saying, what's the best things that's ever happened? And I told her some of the stories, and she's like, oh my God, that's crazy, you know, because some of the stories is mental, but the cards just always know. It's very weird. Okay, Maggie, I'll do another card for you since I only did one. It's just whatever pops out, but it's a shame if you only get one. Okay, so Jojo, we've got the Hermit card first of all. Now the Hermit card has a few different meanings. One of the meanings is that, oh, that's cool, and John's mum, Vicky and Gordon are still here. Right, so yeah, the Hermit card, first of all, the first meaning, which I don't feel like this is for you, but it still could be, Jojo, it's the loneliness card. So it's someone feeling quite lonely, but I feel like you've obviously got your husband, you've got your kids, and so maybe you don't feel the kind of loneliness side of it. However, what other reasons this card can come out is that it's saying that you need to spend time on your own. So, by the way, can I just say, I've heard you mentioning before that you're going to visit Red, okay? Now, I think you said, I think I heard you saying it. Are you going to visit her in September? The only reason I'm asking, I have no idea when you're going to visit her or if it's even true, but if you guys are meeting up, the only reason I'm asking is because the number 9 kept being dead important, and I just realised that the Hermit is also the 9th card as well. Look at the number 9 up there. And I just thought maybe something good was going to happen in September for both of you. But anyways, yeah, so it's sometimes this card comes out not so much because the person's lonely, but because they need to spend some time on their own, and you need to like have some alone time, and it's something that you maybe don't get much of. And it's saying, you know what, even if you're just going in for a bath, even if you're just going to go in for a wee bath with a glass of wine just to chill out, whether it's going to a spa day, whether it's going out for lunch with a friend, sometimes you just need alone time, and so maybe that's why that's coming out. Jojo says, we haven't set a date as plans got pushed back due to work. Ah, okay. Well, hey, maybe it's going to be September, and that's why the number 9 was really drawn to me quite a lot for you too. And yes, I need alone time. I'm never alone. Yeah, that's why I think it's more of that. Although people can still be lonely, even if they are around people all the time, you can still feel lonely. But I feel it's saying, listen, even if it's just 1 hour on your own, I feel like you just need 1 hour of Jojo time. You know what I mean? The second card for you is the Strength card. And I'm not surprised this card came out, because personally, when I think of you, Jojo, I think of a very strong woman, someone who is independent to their own thoughts, doesn't follow the crowd, someone who is, like I say, just a kind of strong person in general. If you heard me saying to Gordon, there's so many different reasons why the strength card would come out. The strength card could come out just to say that you're really strong in the way that you handle confrontation with people. It can come out to say that you've got loads of inner strength, and it's to say, do you know what? The next couple of months you're going to need that inner strength, but just remember that you've got it. Or again, that resonates with the past. If you've been going through a really difficult time the last couple of months, it will say you've got the inner strength, like you've managed it really, really well. But yeah, it's quite a nice card to get. It's just saying you are like a strong person, and even if sometimes you don't feel it, you are, you know what I mean? So yeah, I hope you like those cards and can take something from it. Past has been held the last few months. Well, you have handled it so well, because genuinely, with, like I say, even it says like confrontation with other people and things like that, you know, having that, if there's been confrontations and stuff, it's saying that you've had the inner strength to deal with it. So yeah, no, that's no problem at all. I'm glad that it resonates a little bit, because it's always good if you can take something from the reading, you know what I mean? But you're a beast, Jojo. Oh, redneck. Okay, who was next? I do think it was, I know you told me the names, I think, because Maggie, wasn't it? I think it's Maggie, Jonathan's mum, Vicky, and Gordon, I think. Yes, Maggie. Oh, ha, ha. Right, what have we got for you, Maggie? Right, so we have got for you the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is the undecided card. This card says that you need to take a step back out of a situation, and then you'll see it more clearly. So for this, for me, this would say to me, if there's a situation going on just now or in the next couple of weeks, again, look at that number 9 coming out. There's definitely something going on in September, you guys. But anyway, so yeah, so I would say to you, something just now, or if not in the next couple of weeks, if there's a situation that you're in and you're really undecided, you don't know, you know, who's telling the truth, or you're not sure what one to go for, or, you know, something like that, you know what I mean? If there's a choice between two things or two people or whatever, and you're really undecided, take a step back, you know, take a step out, away from the situation, away from the people, whatever it may be, and then you'll be able to look at things more clearly. One of the things I quite like to do is do a pros and cons list. I know it's silly, but I think that's quite a good way of looking at a different situation, doing pros and cons. But yeah, it might be in the next few weeks you're going to be totally undecided about something, and you just need to take a step back and take a breath and then have a good think about it, okay? So next up is Jonathan's mum. Is Jonathan still here? What did you say there, Red? Jess, if the is time, you will be after Vico. Oh, right, okay. Oh, Jess. Oh, sorry, Jess, I didn't notice you there. Hiya. Yes, add her to the list. That's great. Jojo. Oh, it just shows you, though, Jojo, like, you do push through. You put a brave face on, and do you know what? You, as I say, you come across to me as quite a strong, independent lady, but at the end of the day, we all can crumble at times. You know what I mean? We all can crumble, but yeah, you're a strong woman. Maggie says, wow, it is so similar to the first one, but I relate to that one even more. I can't remember what I said to you the first one, because I've been on for like over half an hour. I'm like, what did I say? But I can relate to that even more. I feel like something's telling me to slow down and take things much slower. No problem, Jojo. Okay, so this is for, let me see, I'm going to take 2 cards. This is for Jonathan's mum. Jonathan's mum. The first card, thank you, Redneck, is the Hierophant card. So the Hierophant card talks about, oh, there's so many different things. So, right, the Hierophant card is like an official card. So it's saying that your mum might be going to speak to someone quite official, for example, a lawyer. It could be, it mainly is to like sign a document. So it could be something like she has to go and speak to someone and sign a document to move house, or it could be that she's getting married and has to sign a document, or has to open you know, a new account, or, you know, something where you're signing a serious important document. And sometimes with the Hierophant, it can be that the person wants to go back and study at college or university, and again, signing that document to go back. But so, you know, there's so many different things it could be. Only your mum will know which one it is. But like I say, it's going to somewhere quite official, and even something like having to make a statement to the police, or you know what I mean, it's something official. So watch out for that next month, about May time. But like I say, it could even just be something like signing an agreement on a lease for a house or a shop or something like that. The second card, which already came out earlier on, is the Wheel of Fortune. So the good news is elevation of money, more money coming in for your mum. And, you know, like I say, the signing of the contract, the official thing could even be like a new job. And the fact that saying that there's more money going to be coming into her, it could even be that. But yeah, more money coming in, possible overseas trip later in the year. And like I say, completion phases. This is all about the wheel turning in her favour. So it looks like there's got to be lots of luck around your mum as well over the next few months. So you can let her know all of that, Jonathan. I think Vicky's next, but my lovely Redneck Beauty will tell me. Yeah, just add Brian to the list, Jojo. Oh, sorry, it's Gordon. It's Gordon next. Okay, Gordon. I'll pull a card for Gordon. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Jonathan. Gordon. Okay, Gordon, this card, oops, I keep forgetting to take bubbles off. This card is the Death card. Now, when the Death card comes out, obviously people's first thoughts are, oh my God, someone's going to die, but that's not the case at all, Gordon. The Death card talks about the ending of a situation or relationship and a fresh start. So for me, what I feel is that there's going to be the end to a situation that's maybe been going on for quite some time. And I feel like there's going to be a fresh start for you. Also, when I connect in with you, I get really tired and I get quite a bad headache. And I feel like maybe, again, this is your dad coming through. Obviously, I don't know how he passed on. But was it something to do with the brain, and that's why he's giving me a headache? Because I feel like maybe he had quite a few different issues, because he keeps giving me like different issues, which is very strange. But yeah, anyway, I feel like this is, as I say, it's the ending of a situation. Finally, it's going to, you know, I feel like you're going round in circles, and it never stops, and you're going round and round and round and round and round. And it's finally saying, do you know what, it's now time to put a stop to it. There is going to be an ending, and you're going to be able to move forward. And this is what it's all about: new beginnings. It's about having new beginnings in your life, and it's about not being scared to take a step forward. So yeah, I hope you can take something from that, Gordon. I think now it will be Vicky, because I'm pretty sure Vicky and Gordon were the next ones. So, oh, Redneck, you're so on the ball. You're so on the ball. Vicky. Oh, this card just jumped out. It totally jumped out there. The Knight of Wands. So, Vicky, this is for you. The Knight of Wands. So, the Knight of Wands card is talking about an important letter. And with the Knight cards, a lot of the times it revolves around a man, a male. So this may be that the male is sending you the important letter, or it may be that the important letter is actually about the male. It's dead funny, because a lot of the time here when we get post in the UK, it will be a male man rather than a woman. Not always, but most of the time. So sometimes I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's just the male man sending the letter. But do you know what I feel like this might be connected with? For some weird reason, and I don't know if I'm totally off, but I feel like this is going to be connected to your doctor. I feel like it's going to be a letter from the doctor. I don't know if that will make sense to you, Vicky, but you can let me know. Who's next, Redneck? Sorry, that was short and sweet, Vicky. Jess. Hi, Jess. I don't know if you're still here, my love, but I'm going to choose some cards for you. Right, so Jess, I hope Jess is still here, because I need to ask her some questions, because I can tell the first card Right, Jess, please, if you can, answer yes, no, because the first card I've got here for you is the Lovers card. Now, the Lovers card, with most of the tarot pack, there are so many reasons this could come out tonight, so many. For example, if you are single, it means that there is someone new coming into your life. It means that you are going to have a romance probably around June time. I feel like in the next 2 months that you're going to meet the person. However, if you've started seeing someone or you're dating someone, it means that there's going to be a real spark and things are going to start moving forward, which is obviously good to hear. And thirdly, if you are married, it's just saying that again there's going to be more romance. If you're on a break with someone or you feel as if things aren't moving forward fast enough, then it's saying that there's the spark is going to come back to the relationship. So I don't know which one you are. You can let me know if you want in the chat there, but it's quite good if I know whether you're single or not, but or married or whatever. But so many different things. I've been with my partner for 1 year and 5 months. Okay, so maybe what this is saying is that there's going to be really romance coming back to the relationship. So maybe if you feel like you've lost that kind of romantic spark, it's saying that things are going to get better in that kind of department. And I feel June is going to be connected in. I definitely feel like June time is when you guys are you guys going on holiday this year? Because I don't know if it's a holiday that you're going on in June, or if it's just, you know, like a wee breakaway, or whether it's just June time is when I'm feeling romance coming in. But I feel like it's quite significant for you. Also, I feel like there's a really strong friendship bond as well that you guys have, but you need that spark back. Okay, so the next card is the Two of Pentacles. Now, with the Two of Pentacles, this card says that there might be a little bit of money confusion coming up very soon for you, and it's just saying that you might have to juggle your money a little bit in the next couple months. It's just saying that, you know, sometimes, you know, well, as we all know, you can go through a bit of trouble where more money is going out than is coming in, and it's saying you might need to look at your bank and maybe go, right, okay, what can I pay? What's going on? Is there anything I don't need this month? And it's just saying for the next couple of months, maybe just watch your money a little bit. The third card that I picked for you, Jess, is the Two of Swords, which is the very first card at the beginning of the video. It is the actual screenshot at the beginning of the video. The Two of Swords is peace and harmony. So that's quite a nice card to get, peace and harmony coming into your life. But also this card says that you might need to take the blindfold off. So if you feel like maybe you aren't seeing something clearly, it does say, you know, you might need to take the blindfold off and reassess the situations, what's going on. So just watch out for that in the next couple of months. If you feel like maybe you're not getting the whole truth about something, maybe start asking questions instead of just blindly ignoring it, you know. But in general, this is quite a nice card with the peace and harmony coming in as well. So I hope you can take something from what I've said there, Jess. Sorry, I had to get a little drink there. Who is next? Brian. Oh, Jojo's husband. Hello, Brian. How are y'all? So I think I've been online for about 45 minutes or so. So I'm gonna, yes, do one for metal as well. So I'm going to do these last couple and that is it. Right, okay, so, right. Okay, normal. Okay, so first card that we've got here is the Queen of Pentacles. So this card, Brian, I would say is describing well, Jess, if you've not got holiday in June, I do feel, and you can book last minute. Remember, you can book last minute deals. Just watch out for something important in your relationship happening around June time, okay? Right, so, yes, Brian. So I feel like this is describing Jojo, because the Queen of Pentacles is someone who, it's always a woman, obviously, being the queen. This this woman is someone who is really good with money. And it's really funny because sometimes people will say, yeah, good at spending it, but in general they're quite good with money. They're quite good at you know, they could take you know, $20 and feed the full family. Do you know what I mean? They're really good at spending but also saving money. Also with the Queen of Pentacles, I just generally feel like it's quite a good woman to be around. It's someone who is quite selfless, who is always making everyone else laugh, or always trying to make sure everyone else is okay. And if they did have, I don't know, like say they did have $10 and 9 people, or sorry, 10 people needed $1, she would give all 10 of them $1 over herself and wouldn't take $1 for herself. Does that make sense? Or if you want to say cakes, she had 5 cakes and 5 people wanted a cake, and she would give them all to those 5 people and she wouldn't get any. So it's just saying that you've got this woman in your life who's really selfless and someone who is good around the home, and just in general quite a good person. And I just feel like that's saying, he said, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, it's just saying that person's in your life and they should stay in your life because they're a good person. Okay, blabbering on. Okay, 9 of Swords. So this is showing a little bit of tears and frustrations. So I'm not saying that you're crying, obviously, I'm not saying that, but it's saying that there might be a little bit of frustrations going on recently. And it's saying that it's all right. Again, this came out earlier on. It's saying it's all right to let go of your emotions. Don't bottle everything up inside because it just ends up exploding. So it's saying, you know what? If you have been having a little bit of a rocky time recently and your emotions have been a little bit up and down, don't be scared to open up about it because it will just end up bottling up. And you know, so just don't, feel free to let go. On the number 9 again, what the hell? Number 9, I'm telling you, September, something's happening. Right, the Star of Hope. So the Star of Hope is such a nice card to get. And what I feel like is there's actually feel connected to your working life, as if there's going to be like a job offer coming in, or there's going to be something like a really positive thing's going to happen in your working life. And I feel like the Star of Hope is just such a good card to get because like there's hope there, like, and things are going to, it's basically just quite a happy card. And it's just saying that there's hope for the future. And like I say, I don't know why, but I really feel like there's going to be something connecting with your work with this Star of Hope. Like there's hope for your work. Sorry, sometimes I'm reading the cards and I find it more difficult to do it for guys because I feel like guys, you know, for example, the emotions in that coming out, it's like, oh, guys, you know, sometimes guys are harder to read for than women. I don't know why. But I hope you can take what I've said in some way. Jojo says, Red, what you thinking? Funny because it's spot on, hun. Ah, spot on. That's good, good, good. Okay, last one for tonight then. Thanks for everyone who stayed and tuned in. The last one is going to be Metal. Again, I'm going to find this difficult because he's a boy. I'm jokes. It's harder to read for guys though for some reason, because girls, we all know each other and, you know, we all know what makes girls tick, but guys are so much harder. Ha, no pun intended. I don't even know if you heard that, but guys are so much harder. Right. Oh, right. Metal, are you listening? The first card is the Lovers card. So, I know Red. This is telling me, and I don't mean to be cheeky because Red is actually on here, and she might be like, no, bitch, he is so romantic. But what this is saying to me is, first of all, can I just say, when the Lovers card comes out, it's usually friends as well as lovers. So that's one thing that I really like, is that it shows that you guys are a really strong couple, even as friends, as well as, you know, the whole romance side of things. So I think that's a good point to make. But yeah, normally it's like romance building again within a relationship. And like I say, it's not, I'm not being cheeky, I'm not saying, oh, you don't have romance, but it's just saying, take your wife out every so often and get that spark, you know what I mean? Keep that spark alive. And like I say, I'm not being cheeky. You might go, there is a spark, don't be a cheeky bitch, but I'm not being cheeky, but maybe just make more of an effort in the romance side of things. It's lacking because of kids and family. Exactly. Well, that's what it's saying. It's saying just make more of an effort. Go on, surprise her like as if you guys just first met. Oh, that's good to know, Red. Um, Two of Pentacles. So again, this card came out a little bit earlier as well. Money a little bit up and down, and it's just saying over the next couple months you might need to juggle a few things around. But like I said earlier in your reading, Red, it's funny that because that's coming out, but then in your reading it was saying about possibly money coming in. So maybe it's saying the money's coming in, but for the next couple of weeks you just need to watch your money for a couple of weeks. So just watch your money and make sure things go all right with your money for the next few weeks until that money comes in. Also, I forgot to say this earlier on, but with the Two of Pentacles, this card can also be talking about juggling two different ideas around. So it may be that there's two ideas going to come in regards to, you know, like say your home life or your work life, and it may be that you're going to be thinking over two different ideas and try to make a decision. So watch out for that, where there might be a big decision to come for your working life between two different things, like two different jobs or two different companies or whatever. Watch out for that in the next couple months as well. And the third card is the 9. Oh my god, the number 9 again. Every one of you has had 9. Something is happening in September, I'm telling you. He has been trying to build a business and not conflicting with his job. That's it. That'll be it, Red, because it's that juggling. Oh my god, you're so right, by the way, because that's the juggling. You know, the juggling two things. It's like the business and your job and trying to juggle them. That's totally what it is. The 9 of Wands, this card, again, this card already came out tonight. So this is the undecided card. And what it's saying is you need to take a step out of the situation and then you will see it more clearly. So I feel like maybe, again, this is connecting to the working situation where it's saying take a step away from what's going on. And say, for example, right, so say this is what I'm getting, and you can tell me if I'm totally wrong. With the business side of things that you're trying to obviously create or run this new business, right? What I would say to you is, if you feel like it's not working out, take a step away from it, right? Take a step away for 5 minutes, have a deep breath, maybe get a pen and paper, go back to the very beginning and start writing out things that you feel could change, or, you know, pros and cons, like I said earlier, pros and cons list, and then you might start seeing things a bit differently, because I feel like when you see things from differently, it can give you a brand new perspective on things. And I feel like that's going to be something that's going to be changing for you this year. I do feel there is going to be a change with your work, and even earlier with that money bonus and things coming in, I feel like your working life is going to take a change this year, especially towards the end of the year. So Red says, oh my god, he's having troubles with the new mill and he had to take a few steps back. I mean, no way, that's so weird. Oh my god, the cards are so mysterious. What else did you guys say? Jojo says, us four seem to be connected with a lot, Red. I'm telling you, we're meant to meet. Oh, that's so cute. I think you are meant to meet, and I would put money on it that you guys meet in September. I'm not saying, you know, that I know that and you'll definitely meet in September, but if I was to put money on it, I would say that the number 9 is either connecting to September or it's connecting to 9 months, which would be January. Is that right? We're on April, aren't we? So 9, yeah. So I reckon I would tell you that you guys are going to meet either in September or January. I know January is 9 months away, it's quite a while away, but I think that number 9 is connected into the 4 of you for some reason. I really do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go just now. I hope you enjoyed the readings and come back again another time. I really love doing the readings. It's really fun. Yeah, I know. That's why I was feeling, Jojo, I was feeling it was more like September. That's why I kept saying it. But if not, then I just feel like that number 9 is connected in some way. And I don't feel like it would be 9 weeks, because 9 weeks seems so close. So that's how I was thinking maybe it could be the 9 months, you know. Normally when the number comes in, it kind of represents something like a month or how many months it's going to be. So yeah. So Jojo, just message me on Facebook. Anyway, I'm going to go just now, you guys. Take care. Love y'all. Good night.